Welcome all of you again. The last case which is left, that is if the particle is thrown at an angle u but it is on the negative direction. So there are two types of angles are there. One is along the positive and on the anti-clockwise. Now it is in the clockwise, so it is negative, whatever be it. But in this case it is just throws with the velocity u by making an angle alpha, so it just crashes here. Now it has two components, that is the ux. If I say it has two components, if I say it is u cos alpha, okay, and along the y-axis the component of it, if I want to say, that is the uy, and uy is writing down this thing, that is ux equal to u cos alpha and uy equal to u sin alpha. Now if I want to analyze this motion, what is the acceleration along the x component? Obviously it is 0 for obvious reasons, because acceleration equal to minus g j cap, which is always acting along the negative y direction, so it does not interfere the motion along the x-axis. So it allows me to write just like previous, ay equal to minus of g. So this is the thing. So it is, so u cos alpha is the constant velocity. Here also it is u cos alpha, it will never change. Let us at that time the velocity when it just strikes here, let take it is v, okay, and it is vy, and it is vx. So vx will remain constant equal to that of the ux equal to u cos alpha. It will never change because no acceleration is acting on it. The x component of velocity is not changing here also. So we can say that is the vx when you striking the ground, at that time vx equal to ux equal to u cos alpha. But just think about the y component. Uy is acting along these directions, along the negative y directions. Acceleration a equal to minus g j cap, it is negative, but the velocity is negative, acceleration is negative, so the velocity of the particle at the impact, obviously it will increase. So if it will increase, so let us see what is the value of it. So if I say that vy that is along the negative y-axis, minus of uy plus of a becomes minus of g, and if capital T, if I take the time in reaching there, that is the total time of flight, So from here, that is vy equal to uy plus gt. So from here we can get the total idea about the total time of flight, vy minus of uy divided by g. Okay, the next thing that I want to say, that the next equations that I am going to apply, that is this equation, that is vy square minus of vy square minus of uy square plus of 2 minus of g minus of h, v square equal to u square minus 2as. So if I apply this equation, then it will be vy square equal to uy square plus of 2gh. What is the value of the y component of velocity, initial velocity, and that is u sin alpha. So it will be u sin alpha whole square plus of 2 into g into capital H. So vy can be easily find out if I know the value of the capital H, the initial velocity, and alpha. If I know the value of that vy, then vy and ey is known, we can get a time of flight. So from it we can get the value of time of flight. The value of the time of flight can be understood from another equation, but the same thing will come, that is the, if I say it is the h, that is minus h equal to uy minus uy into capital T, the total time of flight, plus of 1 by 2 into minus of g minus of g into t square. So from here if capital H uy into t plus of 1 by 2 into g t square. So obviously again it is a quadratic equation of time. So from here we can easily find out the time. So uy into t minus of h. So if I put the value of uy, then it will be g by 2 into t square plus of u sin alpha into t minus of h, ax square plus bx plus c. Solve it using the Sridharacharya. Or if all the values are given, you can use the middle term factorization. So two values will come of time, that is the positive and negative. Negative time will be retarded, it should not be considered, the positive time is taken. So these way the time also can be find out. Okay, so we get all the informations about this. Now we will concentrate only about the applications of 4 types of projectile motion. Just remember, here is the 3 and another one that I have learned before, that is the 4. So 4 type of projectile motion. So let us consider that here is a helicopter. It is an helicopter. Okay, it is the blades of that. So if the helicopter, let us consider it is at a height capital H. Okay, so if it carries the food packets to give the arms to this person, okay, give the arms to this person, there is several persons, I take any one, to this pilgrimage or to these COVID-19 patients or whatever be it. Here is the helicopter. So helicopter is when it releases a food packet. What do you think about? When the helicopter releases a food packet, what will be the velocity of it? Is it 0? Or if it is same as the velocity as that of the helicopter, if the helicopter is moving in that direction, okay, with an velocity u, constant velocity u, then the food packet will also have the same velocity, since it is, before throwing, it is inside the helicopter. Since it is inside the reference frame of the helicopter, so it have the same velocity as that of the helicopter. So when it is thrown, so when it is just released, I want to say, when it is just released, at that time it have the velocity same as that of the helicopter. So it will reach the target here, just like this. It will reach the target just like here. So this calculation is somehow like that. The thrower is at an height capital H, so he just estimated or calculated this thing. After that he just released this so that it can reach here. Okay, so this thing we have calculated, considered in the second case. So what the helicopter will do? In this case, helicopter can find out the height by the radar or whatever be the system. After that, using that height, it can find out the time when it reach there, reach to that person, and after that the velocity with which it reached it, that is obviously u equal to v vector equal to ui cap plus root over of 2gh j cap. Okay, I think it is negative. So not only that, the velocity with which it reached, it is this, and the range that is from here to here. If I want to see the range equal to u into capital T, that is u into root over of 2 h by g. So to reach this food packet here, what this helicopter actually do, what this machinery of the helicopter actually do, it will calculate its height from the ground, the surface, it is a water surface or whatever be it at first they calculate the age by sending some signals and then again receiving divided by 2, you know that. Okay, it sends the signal and again receives it, so that is the distance covered is 2h divided by the velocity of the signal. From that it can calculate this distance h. Okay, so if it calculates this distance h, now it will calculate what is the velocity of this helicopter. The velocity of this helicopter obviously can be calculated from the dial of the speedometer. If it is a car, we can see the dial of the speedometer. There is also some machinery that from that we can see the speed of it. So taking the constants of the u and h, it releases the food packet so that it can exactly reach at this point. So it need not to consider about this thing from here to here where the person is. It need not to consider about this. If you know the h, if you know the u, we can throw it easily. The time after which this food packet can reach here, it can be find out from the capital H, because g is a constant. Because the helicopter is obviously the height is very less than that of the radius of the earth. Let us consider it is a jet plane. It is moving with the velocity u, okay, along this direction. So here it sees a base camp of terrorist. Okay, this is the base camp of terrorist. It want to destroy this thing. So what he will do, again he will calculate the h from the ground. Okay, it will calculate the height from the ground, capital H, just like the similar way h, and t equal to root over of 2h by g, the estimated time after which it reached this base camp. After that, the captain or the fighter jet plane's driver or the pilot calculate this thing, that is what will be the range of it. That is the range. If we calculate it, it will be root over of 2h divided by g, u into root over of 2h divided by g. So obviously we know what is the speed of the plane, and after calculating h, at which height it is flowing, so from it can easily target the terrorist base camp. So this type of calculations will be done. Now take another scenario that it is a cannon. Let us take it is a cannon. Okay, so it is on this base camp and it is completely hidden by the guard wall. Okay, now it want to destroy the base camp here. Want to destroy the base camp which is here. Okay, if it want to destroy the enemy base camp, then it have to throw this like this way. They have to throw this like this way, and this is just like the first case. So how we can calculate these things? Obviously it is u sin theta by g, it is u sin theta by g. From here to the maximum height u sin theta by g, from here to here it is u sin theta by g. After that we can calculate this time and we can calculate this range. After doing all of these calculations, if the data are given, we can find out this thing easily. So when you are doing the numericals, this type of scenarios are given, okay, and the numerical values are also given. So in this type of scenarios, understanding how it looks like and which case is perfectly fitted, which equations are perfectly fitted to it, we just apply the numerical values and we'll get the answers. That is about the range, height, time after it reaches the target. Thank you. So in the next videos we will just come with different types of numericals that is asked in different competitive exams or that may have the probability of coming in these competitive exams. Thank you.